So when God says, give unto me from a willing heart, it is a test of our value system. God wants to know how much value we place on things that pertains to him and on him. How many times have you devalued God? In our services to God, there are two categories of giving that every believer must explore, because within them are blessings. However, the second category is heavier than the first, and that's because it is a test of character and value. Let's explore the first category. It is called specified giving. A typical example is seen in the commandment of God for us to bring our tithe, 10% of our increase, and submit it to the Levitical priesthood for the purchase of offering materials upon the altar. It is specified 10%. You no go pass, you no go dey below. Anybody that tells you that tithe is more than 10% is a thief. The second example is the offering that God requires us to bring and submit to the Levitical priesthood when a census is conducted on his people. Half a shekel. It is specified. When we do these things, we receive the blessings for obedience. However, the second category, which is heavier and promises more blessing than the first, is called unspecified giving. Exodus 35, verse 5. God tells Moses, tell the children of Israel, I want them to build a tabernacle for me to dwell amongst them. And he begins to mention gold, silver, bronze, a lot of things he mentioned, but he did not attach the quantity to be brought. But he mentioned the quality to be brought. And what is the quality for this kind of giving? From a willing heart. That is unspecified giving. And let me tell you, it is a trap that most of us fall into unknowingly. However, it holds immeasurable blessings. No wonder David the king, on his dying bed, called his successor Solomon, and he charged him, saying, and you, Solomon, my son, know you the God of your father, and serve him with a perfect heart and with a willing mind. Serve him with a willing mind. Give to him with a willing mind. What then does it mean to give to God from a willing mind? Okay, so I'm just going to use this for illustration. This is a menorah. Imagine that I tell someone to build this beautiful piece of art for me, and the person is done. I say, how much now I go pay you? And the person say, give me 100K. Once I pay 100K to the man, that is the end. I have settled him. That is like the percentage giving, like in tithe, 10%. Once I pay that 10% of my increase, God sees it as righteousness. He counts it as righteousness for me because it is specified and I have given according to the specification of the request. Now, let's look at the second one. Imagine somebody finished building this for me and I ask the person, how much will I pay you? And the guy says, bros, just give me anything from your mind. Just give me anything from a willing heart. Now, that one be trap. Whatsoever I give to this man becomes the value I have placed on the object and on the person that built it. So when God says, give unto me from a willing heart, it is a test of our value system. God wants to know how much value we place on things that pertains to him and on him. How many times have you devalued God?